Sorry I started without you this morning. It's my second cup. This is why. When I woke up this morning, I had a little headache. And it was a kind of headache that seemed familiar. And as I was getting up and getting dressed, I was a little concerned that it could turn into a migraine. Because in recent years, I've just started having migraines like maybe once every few months. But, once you've had one that can be very debilitating, you can get a little bit, is that what's happening? So I took some Advil, and, if you live in an apartment complex and you've got a dog, you have no choice but to walk the dog. So I had to walk Grayson. I went ahead and had a cup of coffee real quick beforehand, and then we walked. And while we were walking, I started feeling better. And I realized something I thought was kind of neat. I've talked about something like this before when I've talked about flying on an airplane, and it's a very gloomy, overcast day, but then the plane breaks through the clouds, and all of a sudden you're in sun and blue sky. It's just a total sudden change. It's just, it's like you're here and then boom, total change. Well, this morning we were walking, and this one area where we walk, there are a lot of tall bushes, and the way the sun comes up, the bushes block the sunlight. And then we got to the end of the bushes and stepped out into total sunshine. It was like, it was a little chilly, and it was not very bright when we were walking by the bushes. But then there was a sharp delineation walking from the shade of the bushes, the very deep shade, to boom, we're in bright sunlight. Oh my gosh. And the sun, it's the time of the year where the sun is not too hot, and it's not non-existent as far as heating you up. It just heats you up it's a lovely way that just sort of radiates through your body and makes you feel good and comforted. So we just stood there for a little while. I wanted to try, if I could, mentally, to capture that feeling of walking from the deep shade into that bright, comforting, wonderful feeling sunshine, the light and the heat of it, the warmth of it. Because, sometimes if you're feeling down, if you can call up a mental image of, it's kind of like if you're meditating, or sometimes, you go to, like, even to the gym or something, or you're in a group setting, and they say, well, everybody, let's just relax and forget about everything that's happened this morning. We're going to move on to something else. And they have you close your eyes, and they tell you, think of your favorite place and imagine yourself there. Or imagine yourself, laying on the beach in the warm sun, and the breeze is, ruffling your hair and things like that. Because the power of your imagination is so strong, and you can imagine yourself into being all kinds of ways, even sick. And you can imagine yourself feeling better if you're not feeling so good. Oh, and good morning to everyone who's watching. Nancy and Doris. Doris, are you in Ireland? Nancy, I'm assuming that you're here in the United States. Anyone else watching? Tell us where you're watching from. So, anyway, I started talking about, was I talking about my coffee? Well, I guess, I said I had my coffee, and this is my second cup. Oh, yes, the migraine. Anyway, by the time I got home, I was feeling pretty good. And I think that, I'm going to try several times today to call back up that memory of going from the deep shade into the warming, bright, beautiful sunshine. And see if I can do that. Because I don't want to first see if I can do it when I need it. If I'm upset or not feeling well or I'm down or something. I need to practice it, when I don't need it. So that I'll have it when I need it, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. And actually, what I'm doing here, I don't even know if I should say this. Gosh, I'm working on a sort of a funny poem about the problem of people not picking up after their dogs in the apartment complex. I mean, most people do, but the few people that don't, it doesn't take long for just a handful of dogs to end up really messing up the place. So, I don't know. I'll see how this comes out. The apartment complex puts out a monthly newsletter, and they're always putting in a notice about pick up after your dogs and, blah, 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 all the various reasons. And I thought, well, maybe if I write a little bit of a humorous poem, who knows, maybe they might put it in there and it might catch people's attention and get them thinking. You know what? I'm going to read what I have so far. And if you have any suggestions, please make them either in the comments or you can message me. So, and I'm not sure at all this is what I'm going to go with, okay? I wasn't planning to do this, but what the heck? So it's called We See You, We Know Who You Are. And, I was going to put little sketches of dogs with this, or, bushes and a dog, or a tree and a dog, stuff like that. I have all these grand plans. We'll see what actually happens. Once I was living in this house that was located in an old pecan grove. And of course, just like all trees, wood would drop from, the branches every once in a while, storm or whatever. And I decided I was going to carve a salad set, a big spoon and a big fork. Because I had carved wood in the past. Of course, I wasn't thinking it was probably pine, a softwood that I had carved as a child. And here I was in my probably mid-20s anyhow. So the girl I was rooming with just thought it was hysterical. And she thought that, I was having this, that I was never going to be able to do it. Well, it turned out she was right. I had all these grand plans. I could picture it. I could imagine making it. It was very hard to carve pecan wood. That's a hard wood, And hard it is. It was not like carving pine. Anyhow, so maybe this will turn out better than that. We see you who walk him behind the bushes so no one might notice what he left. We smell you who surreptitiously push the pine straw over what she just dropped. We sense you who get up early or stay up late so you can go out with them while no one else is likely to see what you are allowing. We know you who spend time and energy thinking up ways to try to evade detection rather than taking 3 seconds to pick up what your pet left on the ground. The people who live around you may not know exactly who you are, but we know. And most of all, you who do these things know exactly what you are doing. I have irresponsible, but I'm going to change that word. You irresponsible neighbors We see you. We smell you. We sense you. It's never too late to change. After all, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Take it from us, your dogs, and pick it up, bag it, and put it in the trash. Anyway, it's a little bit silly. It's accurate. And I thought, maybe people would notice it more than the usual warning that the apartment complex gives. And even if they think that it's silly or stupid or ridiculous or annoying or, maybe they'll notice it and maybe they'll think. I was thinking like there are people who are in the habit of letting their dog go and they sort of shove the pine straw over what the dog left. Well, maybe when they see that called out, they'll think, oh, I do that. Anyway, I don't know. This may all be wishful thinking on my part. So you're hearing a little bit of my crazy brain here. But if you have any suggestions for it, let me know. And, I say I'm going to put pictures of little dogs or something. I may end up having to use clip art. I can see them on the page. I know exactly what I want, but I don't know if I can actually draw them. Anyway, so I hope you have a really good day. If you're a coffee drinker, hope you have a good cup of coffee. And I hope that you're practicing methods to deal with difficult times so that when you need them, you've got them. Have a lovely day.